Yeah, Charlie Dog. So, some strange yet good news concerning the Philosopher's Roundtable documentary. Apparently, it's back. As some of you already know, Philosopher's Roundtable was a film I organized and produced back in 2012. A documentary wherein all participants collaborated on the project via the internet. Last year, unfortunately, it got a content ID match from the British broadcasting company BBC. And as it stated at the time, the movie had to be blocked worldwide due to the BBC's policies on copyright. It was apparently absolutely crucial to shut it down at that time. Evidently, something changed between then and now, so, without any notification, much to my surprise, the movie has suddenly been restored. And now I find this out. And the funny thing about this latest development is, I had been planning on attempting to contest the blockage for some time, and was actually just about to shoot a video which would feature me filing the appeal, which would basically be a copy and paste of a staple response that is tailored specifically to worldwide bans, essentially using the gold standard argument of the legal permissibility of fair use as its premise. But instead, I'm making this video. Same planned subject, but completely different theme than I anticipated. So I don't know how the reversal happened. For the longest time, the film, whose thumbnail always remained up, featured on the homepage despite the worldwide ban, was permanently frozen at what I thought was its final view count, 5,009. Then a couple of weeks ago, I was doing some spring cleaning on the channel, and I noticed out of the corner of my eye that the number had suddenly changed, meaning it had suddenly picked up some additional views somehow. Suddenly, 5,009 was now 5,040. I was a little perplexed, so I clicked the video, and surprisingly it started to play. So I went to check out the status of the video in the copyright notice section, and lo and behold, the worldwide ban had been lifted. Now it just says, includes copyrighted material. Click that to clarify, and it just says, monetized by copyright owner. So I guess there are ads running on it now. I'm not allowed to monetize it, but the BBC can. And that's the fucked up thing about fair use and content ID matching. If you employ third-party material in one of your projects, even if you can show that your usage is transformative and uses the third-party material fairly and legally under the rules of fair use, you are banned completely from monetization, while the third party gets to fully monetize your video. Not that I would want to monetize it, but I'm just saying, it seems a little out of whack. I can make a 3-hour film and someone else gets to remove all my rights to monetize it because a snippet of their content was used, and they get to be the sole one to monetize? That's something that needs to get fixed. I mean, if I have to choose between someone else getting to monetize it or it being banned entirely, I will choose to let them monetize it. At least it's still available. And I think that's the smarter thing to do, honestly. I don't think it's very becoming for the BBC to be so draconian about their content and develop an asshole distinction of being a supposedly educational-based network that bans a 3-hour educational film based on 2 minutes of material that clearly fell under the umbrella of fair use. Better to put a parasitic digital leech on the project and let it suck at the meager ad revenue. It can't hurt, and you don't lose anything by doing it. You can only potentially reap profit, however minuscule. A penny saved is a penny earned, right? It's a fundamental principle of currency hoarding, isn't it? So the film is back, and if you want, you can go watch it. I'll put a link in the description box. And I'll also put a link to the previous Philosopher Roundtable Addendum video that I did last year, for those of you who might be interested in more details of the story. And you know, while this latest development is pleasantly surprising, I must say that I am a little disappointed, as I was sort of psyched up and preparing myself to undergo the process of a director's cut. and was mentally envisioning how I would go about that. And after a little recent review of the film since its reinstatement, I did see where I would like to add, change, edit, and rearrange things, etc. But I guess I can be satisfied with this result for now, and channel that energy elsewhere, I suppose. There's always the option for a sequel, no? Something to think about. Well, until next time, take care there, Charlie.